Namaskar. NDTV stock, it has been on a tear lately. From 70, it's now trading at around 200 rupees a share. So what gives? Is there a buyer interest? Now, if the grapevines are to be believed, it is Gautam Adani who is interested in taking over NDTV from Mukesh Ambani's VCPL, Vishwa Pradhan Commercial Private Limited. Really? Is that possible? Do they have an idea of all the different messes that NDTV has got itself into, such as stock manipulation, money laundering, and trying to pass off round tripping and what have you? I mean, there are so many things that I can just keep on looking at the different things that they owe. They owe back taxes to income tax department. Income tax department called their way of getting investment from outside as a sham because they round tripped the money. They proved it. So I'm going to show you some of the things that Adani is up against. There are so many different questions. For example, there is a minority shareholder lawsuit which has not been resolved. The long-suffering minority shareholders have not found their justice. Then there is also private sale of a publicly held company stock. And that is another story in itself. NDTV, I mean, I can get a PhD on their scams, I tell you. And these people are so arrogant. I mean, the only thing that the Modi government has done thus far is to put curbs on Prannoy Roy and his wife, co-promoter Radhika Roy, from leaving the country, and that happened only recently. Up until now, we have been up against it, telling them, look, this is a black and white crime. Many of these things are essentially things that should have been resolved, and yet they didn't do it. And now Mr. Adani wants to acquire this thing. I'm just going to point out some of the gotchas that are there so he understands the kind of deal that he's going to be getting from NDTV. First of all, if you look at the way the money got transferred, this is a very detailed plot, which step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. I realize that you may not be able to see this on your cell phone screen. So I have a slightly simpler diagram that I'm going to show you in just a minute. So you get a big idea about what really happened. Now, the point here is they floated multiple shell corporations, closed them, moved money around, round tripped. I mean, they have just about done everything in the book, by the book. And there is allegations that Chidambaram's money is in it. There is an allegation that these people are connected with 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙥 crime also, where, you know, there was some kickbacks there. Lots of stuff. Everything is documented in great detail in PGurus website and in the book NDTV Frauds. There are 2 versions of the NDTV Frauds book, V1 and V2. Unfortunately, right now you can only buy the ebook because we have run out of print and we don't plan on making printing paperbacks again. It requires there's a lot of effort, and we are kind of like, what's the purpose, right? I mean, we do all these things and yet nothing happens from a government level. So we are a little disappointed about the fact that despite showing oodles of proof, the government hasn't done anything. So let's take a quick look at the next thing. So this is the first set of allegations, and income tax department said that profits of 1,100 crores, the taxes were not paid for this. And for this, they did some elaborate round tripping. And again, I'm told that now this crime has come out. All this stuff came in 2017, so good 5 years. I'm sure they've cleaned up their books. And if you go and start looking at the books now, you're not going to find much. This is the bane of India. I'm telling you, when a scam surfaces and it smells, you have to act on it immediately. You have to freeze the different assets. You have to act and quickly find out where the money is stored. I mean, look at Karthi Chidambaram. He's being allowed freely to go around. What do you think he's doing in Europe and Malta and this and that? A lot of pleasure and signing papers to move his assets from one tax haven to another tax haven. And this is just getting near impossible. Unfortunately, that's what it is. So this is a picture that might give you an idea of how the money got flowed into NDTV after it went out. All I can tell is good luck, unless the government says, okay, saat khoon maaf, and all the things that NDTV has done, Prannoy Roy and Radhika Roy have done, everything is now written off. Because if they do that, there's a problem. They can't catch any other company which might also be doing the same thing. So what is what is the government going to do? I don't know. And I don't think Adani should be taking over all the liabilities of NDTV. There's a brand, and that's what he's taking. So there is there's a fine line here. Are they going to claw back all the money that the Roys have salted away outside of India and say, okay, that and this are the same, and then here is what it is? I don't know. And everything is being done in a very quiet manner. Maybe tomorrow Adani will come out and give a statement saying that no, there is no such intention to buy NDTV. However, as long as NDTV is there in its present form, it is going to still spew venom at the Narendra Modi government. So this is something that the government needs to be conscious of, because a lot of the stuff doesn't stand the truth mirror. If you try to find out what these guys are saying, it's anything but the truth. Fake narratives, peddling of interest. I mean, they don't seem to want to learn. And you look at the same set of people again and again hanging around there. Anyway, long term, I think NDTV, the entire management needs to be cleaned out, and Adani will probably put his own management, and they may have some they may have some quality programming. I don't know. I mean, I wish them the best, but the fact remains that a lot of unanswered questions are there. And if you want to go past that, there has to be a way that it feels that all the shareholders of NDTV who have been duped by these people feel that, okay, we got our value, our money's worth. Some of them are holding their stock for a long time. So I don't know how this is going to play out. Let's hope that justice is done to all the shareholders, and that the operations are something that Adani can take and grow a channel, build a channel on top of it. I don't know. The one thing that I do know is NDTV's presence is there in just about every country in the world where they carry, cable channels of other countries. You go to UK, you go to South Africa, the only Indian news channel you'll be seeing is NDTV. So that part they have built up. So that is one thing that is useful. I don't know, maybe they are looking at all these things, tol mol ke hisab se, they are thinking, okay, fine, this looks like a good deal, whatever it is. One thing though, I must say about Ambani, whatever be the questionable things that happen in the VCPL, at heart, he's a patriot. He did make sure that a Tamil news channel of his booted out a lot of anti-national elements. And then these guys are saying that they left on their own. 18, 20, 30, 40 people don't leave on their own. They have been shown the door for what they were doing in that channel. Well, one channel in 100 may not make much of a difference, but it does tell you that there are people watching the kind of lies being put out by the Tamil media. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And do not forget to click on the bell button. Namaskar.